At 80, Eric Clapton no longer stands amid roaring crowds. He sits quietly with his guitar, memories, and a body that no longer fully obeys him. Once hailed as the god of the guitar, Clapton built a legendary career from a childhood built on secrets, abandonment, and a lifelong search for a place to belong. Born in 1945 in a quiet English village, Eric didn't learn until age 9 that the woman he believed was his sister was actually his mother, and the couple raising him were his grandparents. That discovery shattered something fundamental. "I didn't belong anywhere," he later wrote. Music became his refuge. The blues in particular felt like someone finally speaking his language of loneliness. By his 20s, Clapton's raw talent had made him a phenomenon. Fans scrawled "Clapton is God" across London walls. But the adoration became a burden almost immediately. He moved from band to band, the Yardbirds, Cream, Blind Faith, chasing something success alone could never satisfy. "People were cheering but I didn't feel real," he admitted. Then came Layla, inspired by his forbidden, consuming love for Pattie Boyd, the wife of his close friend George Harrison. When the affair collapsed him emotionally, heroin became his escape. For nearly 3 years he all but vanished from the world, until friend Pete Townsend organized a comeback concert that Clapton later called nothing short of a resurrection. Freed from heroin, he found another addiction waiting: alcohol. He eventually married Pattie in 1979, but the marriage disintegrated under years of drinking, infidelity, and pain neither of them could name. Even at his lowest, including a publicly disgraceful racially charged outburst on stage in 1976, Clapton kept creating, kept performing, kept surviving. Then, in 1991, tragedy struck in a way nothing could have prepared him for. His 4-year-old son, Connor, fell from a New York apartment window and died instantly. Clapton has said it was the most painful thing he ever endured. Unable to touch a guitar for months, he eventually wrote "Tears in Heaven," not as a performance but as a conversation with the son he lost. "I'd rather never have written it if I could have my son back," he later admitted. That devastating loss became an unlikely turning point. Clapton got sober for good, returned to music with newfound honesty, and in 1998 founded the Crossroads Center, a rehabilitation clinic to help others fight the addictions that once nearly destroyed him. In his later years he found quieter happiness, a new marriage, 3 daughters, a peaceful life in the English countryside. But time brought one final battle he couldn't outplay. Since 2013, Clapton has lived with nerve damage in his hands and worsening hearing loss, conditions that make playing the instrument that saved his life increasingly difficult. Still, he refuses to stop. "I can't play as well as I used to, but I still play because it's who I am," he says. At 80, Eric Clapton no longer performs to prove anything. He plays simply to say thank you for the music that carried him through abandonment, addiction, heartbreak, and unimaginable loss. The phrase "Clapton is God" was never really about perfection. It was about a man who kept falling and kept finding a way to rise again, one honest note at a time.